All right, welcome back, everyone. So this reading is going to be for everybody with the sun sign of Taurus, okay? And this is going to be the same spread that we did for the January spread last month, except we're just going to read it for February. And what I'm going to do is I will go over and we'll see if anything looks like they're flowing from last month, just to get a better idea since I didn't do the month before. Just to kind of compare the 2 months. I did take notes from your last reading because I cannot remember that far in advance, or that far behind, I should say. All right, so let's just get the good shuffle. See what Spirit says for this month, okay? Spirit, please give us guidance on what Taurus should be looking for the month of February, please. All right. All right, Taurus. So, like last month, what I'll do is I will go over each card really fast, and then I'll kind of put it all together as it makes sense, okay? So our first card is the Moon card, and this is going to be the card that reflects our home and emotional life. All right, let's see. So we have the Four of Swords here. So pretty much this is saying that your home life's pretty stable. You're able to rest and relax, and everything's going well for you on the home front, which is great. This is also going to say that it is a good time to start something new if you want to, okay? Our next card is going to be our Mercury card, and this is going to be your work and business matters. Okay. Well, good thing you're resting at home because your work life is a little hectic here, okay? We're going to go over this with you, okay, Taurus? So things are going to be a little hectic at work. I guess that's the nicest way I can say that. That's what this card is saying, okay? So this is implying that there's going to be a sudden ending, a failure, possible backstabbing situation, maybe somebody you trusted at work, totally put you under the bus, or something is going to happen at work that is going to cause you great pain. Maybe not physical pain, but emotional pain. Okay. It could, result in tears. It might be a real emotional ride for you. Okay, Taurus. And this card's also going to imply that a break must be taken so a situation doesn't get worse. Now, the fact that this is also meaning like sudden ending, I don't know if you need to take a couple weeks off, or, maybe change careers completely, or companies, or even, depending on your situation, Taurus, maybe you just need to take a day or two, or just take a break from the job with whatever happens this month, okay? So that it isn't meant to scare you, but it's just so you can be aware that something might go down in the workplace. Our next card is our Venus card, and that's our relationship card. And this is going to be most likely in your romantic sense, but it could also be a close family member or friend, okay? Okay, and here we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So that's pretty much saying that, excuse me, that you're dealing with someone who's being stingy with something. Okay, so someone's being stingy. They may be trying to dominate, or maybe it's you being stingy and trying to dominate. I'm not sure what your situation here is, Taurus, but that's what the card is saying. So just keep in mind that If you're not giving somebody any help, they're not going to give you any support, and vice versa. So if they don't help you, then they're not going to get your support. So just keep that in mind when dealing with relationships this month, okay? Our next card is our Sun card, and this is going to be your goals, accomplishments, and success. Okay, and here we have the Two of Cups in reverse. And that's pretty much saying that your goal for this month, Taurus, is to work on your trust issues. Okay? That's pretty much all I have to say about that one. Our next card is our Mars card, and this is going to be your conflicts, challenges, and difficulties. Okay. So here we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and this is implying that you're going to learn something new. And it's going to be hard work, Taurus, but it is going to be a new thing. It's going in the right direction, but it's possible that you're going to get a new job, skill, or learn a new skill, do some development training and education. So whether you go back to school or you start a new job, so you're going to learn something new. Okay? And I am going to revisit this and this after, okay? I'm not sure if you're connecting the dots like I am. But, okay, so our next card is going to be our Jupiter card, and that's your growth and development card. Just want to see the other cards here before I give your final recap. So here we have the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is telling you that your strength is needed right now and to take your time, okay? And things will move forward for you. And our last card is our Saturn card, and this is where you're going to need some restraint and control. Okay? And here you have the Page of Pentacles, and this is saying to you that it is good to be active, but not too active, okay? Don't go too into it so that way you end up being exhausted. You don't want to exhaust yourself, okay? And not to be too ambitious. So now that I can see all the cards, I'm kind of like, wow, okay, Taurus, here we go. So it is saying that your home life is great. You're able to relax. It's very calming, which is great. But there is going to be something big happening at work. And I'm not saying that this is going to relate to everybody that is going to be watching this video, because this just might be some of our Tauruses here. So if this doesn't apply to you, then you can just ignore it, okay? But something big may happen that you leave your job and start something new. You leave your job and you decide, I'm going to go back to school and I'm going to do something else. Or, this Eight of Pentacles card could imply that maybe you might switch positions at your work. Something's going down at work that's big, Taurus, and I would really like to know what it is if you're willing to share it with me, okay? Just so I can get more of an insight here. So things are going down, and the relationship, just be careful of being stingy. Make sure you're not the one being stingy, Taurus, and you need to work on your trust issues. But I can understand why you might not be too trusting if someone backstabbed you at work. So I can kind of see where all this is kind of coming together here. So, just to kind of wrap up this month's reading for you, the Page of Pentacles is saying, yeah, it is good to be active. Definitely study, do that training that you need to do. Just don't go so far into it that you end up burning yourself out and then you feel overwhelmed. Okay, Taurus, that's what I'm seeing for that. Now, I'm just going to look at my notes real quick just to see what we had for you last month, just to see if this kind of answers any of our questions or any of the things that have come along last month. Okay. So yeah, last month for your Moon card, so your first position for your home and emotional life, it was saying that, there was a competition or a threat and it's useless to argue at this time. Well, that is over. That phase is past, okay, which is great. And for our Mercury card, for our work and business matters, you had the moon warning you that things are not what they seemed. And it is advised not to trust people at work at this time. Wow. Okay. So yeah, that was my note saying, that I had mentioned to you not to trust people at work at this time and to be very cautious. And now here you have for the month of February saying that there's potential backstabbing from somebody at work. So, wow. I guess I'm just like, holy moly. So, Taurus, I know this may not be what you want to hear necessarily, but this is just to guide you, to warn you of what's coming ahead, okay? And then last month for your relationship, things were kind of uncertain and that you needed to take, your relationships in a realistic way. It's pretty much what I said to you last month. And now you're dealing with some possible stinginess. So just kind of keep your eye on that a little bit. I don't think that's your main concern right now, Taurus. I really think that this work issue is the biggest concern. And last month, your goal was to get through the conflict and then to be careful that someone was being dishonest with you. And that might be why you have to work on your trust issues now, Taurus. It is really flowing together from last month and this month. And this is why I take the notes, so I can just kind of take a look at it as a whole, okay? And then for our Mars, our conflict last month, you had, miscommunication, some money problems, lack of stability. And so maybe that's why you decide, I'm going to try new things, which is great. If things aren't working out as before, Taurus, definitely learn new skills so that way you can move forward. All right. And for our Jupiter card last month, I told you that the work you're involved in is not going to bring you a big reward. So it's better to make some changes. So pretty much the cards are saying you're in the process. So in February, you're going to make those changes. Okay, Taurus, you're not getting the satisfaction that you need, especially if something goes down at work, some backstabbing, that is, it all makes sense to me here. Okay. And then our Saturn card said to show restraint against a rude woman and to be cautious with sharing information. So maybe the person who's backstabbing you in the end here might be a female, but this month the cards are telling you that, not just to be ambitious, but not too ambitious, not to overwork yourself, okay? Taurus, I'm really interested if you're willing to share with me how things are going with you. And we'll definitely see you for next month. And I'm hoping that everything in your work area of life here, Taurus, looks much better for you, okay? So you know what you got to do and just work on it, all right? So we'll see you soon.